I'm J.D. Haas, and I want to welcome you with the peace of God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. This is our abridged worship service for First Congregational United Church of Christ of Zumbrota. Would you please bow your heads and join me in prayer? God, please let us hear you during these times. And God, please let us listen to you and let you guide us in your way. Amen. Sometimes during a service touches someone deeply, and it talks about issues that are really important to that person. That doesn't happen all the time. But today, all of us are feeling the same things. We're all scared, and we're all uncertain as to what the future is going to be for us. In everyone's life, there are challenges and there are problems. And this is an example of that. But just as we have had problems in our lives in the past, and will have problems in our lives in the future, we can deal with these problems. In 1934, President Roosevelt was giving his first inauguration, and our country was in a Great Depression. Half of the banks in the United States closed during the early part of the Depression, and that was the environment that Roosevelt was facing, similar to today, where there was fear all over. And this is what he said: "This is preeminently the time to speak the truth, the whole truth, frankly and boldly. Nor need we shrink from honestly facing conditions in our country today. This great nation will endure as it has endured, will revive and will prosper. So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance." What does God have to say to us during these times? I'm going to read from 1 Samuel 16, verses 1 through 12. The Lord said to Samuel, "How long will you mourn for Saul, since I have rejected him as king over Israel? Fill your horn with oil and be on your way. I am sending you to Jesse of Bethlehem. I have chosen one of his sons to be king." But Samuel said, "How can I go? Saul will hear about it and kill me." The Lord said, "Take a heifer with you and say, 'I have come to sacrifice to the Lord.' Invite Jesse to the sacrifice, and I will show you what to do. You are to anoint for me the one I indicate." Samuel did what the Lord said. When he arrived at Bethlehem, the elders of the town trembled when they met him. They asked, "Do you come in peace?" Saul replied, "Yes, in peace. I have come to sacrifice to the Lord. Consecrate yourselves and come to the sacrifice with me." Then he consecrated Jesse and his sons and invited them to the sacrifice. When they arrived, Samuel saw Eliab and thought, "Surely the Lord's anointed stands here before the Lord." But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at things man looks at. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Then Jesse called Abinadab and had him pass in front of Samuel, but Samuel said, "The Lord has not chosen this one either." Jesse then had Shammah pass by, but Samuel said, "Nor has the Lord chosen this one." Jesse had 7 of his sons pass before Samuel, but Samuel said to him, "The Lord has not chosen these." So he asked Jesse, "Are these all the sons that you have?" "There is still the youngest," Jesse answered, "but he is tending the sheep." Samuel said, "Send for him. We will not sit down until he arrives." So he sent and had him brought in. He was ruddy, with a fine appearance and handsome features. Then the Lord said, "Rise and anoint him. He is the one." What is the Lord calling you to do? God doesn't always ask for things from the powerful or from the loudest or from the people who can call other people names. The Lord asks us to do things, and we need to listen, and we need to be ready to act when the Lord asks us. What is it that you need to do? What do you think that the Lord is asking you to do? Is the Lord asking you to shelter in place? If you are an EMT provider, is the Lord asking you to continue your valuable work of helping other people? If you are a paraprofessional in a school, is the Lord asking you to teach children over the internet, although you're not able to be with them? Please be ready to listen to the Lord, and please be ready to do what the Lord is asking you to do. In my life, I've often found that when I work to try to help others, I forget about some of the fear that I have inside me. The last thing I'd like to say is that there is a Persian adage that is written before the time of the Bible and passed down. And that is, "This too shall pass." And that is what will happen for us. All of our problems and all of the things that we think are so grave and so important now will pass away with the benefit of time. Amen.